Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a really good weekend so far. Before I start this video, I feel like I need to have a little quick catch up with you guys because so much has happened over the past couple of weeks. I feel like my life has kind of been turned upside down and I feel like there's a bit of an explanation because this video now is being filmed on Friday, which for me is so last minute. So I feel very disorganized at the moment. In the last kind of couple of weeks, my dog passed away, as you guys know. I got a new flat, so me and Rich are in the process of moving. And then Rich proposed to me, so I'm now engaged and kind of planning a wedding. So it's all kind of come at once, which apparently a lot of people say that always happens. Everything happens at once, things happen in threes. It's all been a bit crazy. I feel very disorganized. I feel like I'm really not ahead with my videos. And I suddenly realized I need to film a monthly makeup routine video. And then I thought, I really haven't worn much makeup recently, and when I have been wearing makeup, it just hasn't been anything special. I feel like your priorities all get kind of switched around, and this month it just hasn't been a very beauty makeup-y month for me. It's been very like homeware and tiling like. So I'm going to show you the makeup that I've been wearing. This is probably my least adventurous look out of all the ones I've done, but there are a few products in here. I've just been kind of grabbing whatever's there. Also, with the whole moving thing, I feel like I've really kind of let go of my skincare routine, which is so bad. My skin is feeling very... It's alright, the texture's a bit weird and it's quite dry. I feel like I really need to get back into my skincare routine. I just want to like move and put all my stuff in the new place, but I'm not sure that will happen for a few weeks now. So I'm going to start by using the Clinique Moisture Surge Face Spray. I've been using this loads. I've just been relying on this to give my skin a bit of hydration. It's really refreshing and it really does like inject the moisture into your skin. I also have, by the way, the hairiest, most untamed brows ever. I haven't had time to go to Blink Brow Bar. I've kind of been plucking them myself and they've gone all terrible. So please excuse that. For my base, I've been using this a lot. This is the IT Cosmetics CC Plus CC Cream. Does that make sense? Yeah, IT Cosmetics CC Cream. Makeup by Tiffany always talks about this. Anna kind of jumped on it when we were in Ulta in LA, so I basically copied her because she was so excited. I was like, I'm gonna need to try that. There was an illuminating one and the original, and I went for the original because the illuminating one seemed a bit too kind of shimmery. And I really didn't like this at first. I put it on, I thought the color was a bit off. It's slightly too kind of gray for me. And I tried to blend it in with my Bobbi Brown buffing brush and it was really like stiff and wasn't moving around my skin and I really didn't like it. And then I went back to Makeup by Tiffany's video where she reviews this and she showed in the video how she applies it. So I tried it that way and now I love it. So this is very dependent on how you apply it. I'm going to take like half a pump because one full pump I think is a bit too much. So I'm taking half a pump. I got the shade Light and it's a kind of grey, I think it's quite dark for a light shade. I don't think it would suit everyone. But basically what she does is take half a pump, press it between her fingers and then pat it on the skin. I've never done this with any sort of base, but it really works. Oh, it has the most amazing scent to it. It smells like lemon. It's really refreshing. So I'm just patting that all over the skin to kind of spread it evenly around the face. It's a very weird thing to do when you're used to like using a buffing brush. And then basically smooth it down. And I found this a much better way to apply it. It's kind of like I'd say it's a medium to full tinted moisturiser kind of feeling. I think if you build it up, you could probably make it quite full coverage, but if you pat it on like this, it's kind of medium. But it's definitely more coverage than like your average CC cream or tinted moisturiser. I'm just gonna like pull it down onto the neck. I've basically been wearing that like all month and yeah, I really like it. I'm then gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher concealer. I love this concealer. I actually really miss the Urban Decay concealer. I finished that one and I haven't been shopping at all this month, so I haven't been able to pick another one up. But next time I'm near an Urban Decay, I will pick up another one of those. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this under my eyes. I recently saw Claire Marshall mention this in her empties video and she didn't like it and I'm really surprised. I absolutely love this. I'd say it's like one of my favourite concealers just because it gives quite a good amount of coverage, I think, for like one of these clicky concealers. And it has like nice brightening qualities in it. So I basically just apply it like that. And then I take my Real Techniques setting brush and just blend that in. Again, this is just really quick and easy. Most days I've been driving over to our new place to wait for beds and mattresses to be delivered and all fun things like that. So I haven't really been that bothered about my makeup. I need to start packing up all my makeup soon. And Anna actually gave me the best tip ever. She said to put it in sandwich bags. So you have like a sandwich bag for your blushes and a sandwich bag for your bronzers instead of just having them all loose in a box. And I'm actually really excited to do that. I love a bit of organisation. Taking that onto the eyelids as well. just to kind of neutralise the colour. Okay, now I'm going to use these products from Chanel. So one of them is a powder and the other is a bronzer. This is one of their Le Beige powders. I don't use this that often, but I've been reaching it for it recently. Because this CC cream's quite dewy, I like to set it in a few places. It goes on beautifully and you can't see it on the skin. And then this is a bronzer from their new collection, which is the Healthy Glow Le Beige bronzer, and it's really cute. It has like stripes on it. And it's the same formula, so it's very sheer and you can't really see it on the skin, but it gives a nice kind of warmth to the skin. I'm going to take one of my RMK cheek brushes. I have 2 of these, they are amazing. And I'm literally just going to pat it onto my chin, on the sides of my nose, under my eye and onto my eyelid, and then in the centre of my forehead. Only a tiny amount because I like the glow on my cheeks. And now I'm going to use the bronzer. I've been using this and the Soap & Glory Solar Powder all month. I haven't been kind of contouring, I've just been using a nice light bronze. It's funny because on the weekend I got engaged. You never really know how you're going to react with these things. And for someone like me that normally documents everything and I like to dress up and do my makeup and put on a nice outfit, I literally didn't pick up my phone or camera all weekend. I was pretty much in my pyjamas all weekend. I made absolutely no effort. My hair was greasy, my eyebrows were bushy, and I just didn't care. I just saw all my friends and family and it was so fun. And I thought it was really interesting that that's how I reacted. I never would have thought. I thought I would have wanted to take photos. I had like a little barbecue and I didn't take any photos. Can't believe it. I'm shocked at myself. So I'm just taking that kind of up to my temples, down to my cheeks, and then down slightly. And it's not contoured, it's just kind of warming up the outside of my face. I like to keep some of that bronze. It literally doesn't even feel like August at all in the UK. It just feels like winter, really. It's crazy. Okay, I'm just going to do my eyebrows slightly, but there really isn't any saving them. They are so bad. I can't wait to get them threaded. But as usual, I'm just going to fill in the front parts ever so slightly. And just here on the arch, I always like to make it slightly higher because it kind of dips there. And then I've been trying out this new clear brow gel because my Anastasia one, I don't know if it's because it's coming to the end, but it keeps making my eyebrows slightly kind of white and grey, which is strange. So this is their Brow Now Stay in Place brow gel in the clear. I think it comes in different shades. And the brush on this is absolutely teeny weeny, so it's quite nice because you can just do the bits that you need to do, like the front, and I like to do the ends as well. I think it's quite nice to have a small brush. A lot of clear brow gels have such huge brushes on them. So I think this one's really good and it doesn't make them too crispy. Okay, I should probably do this last, but I always like to leave my eyes till last. I don't know why. I'm going to use the Jacqueline Hill and Becca Champagne Pop Highlighter. I'm obsessed with this. I've talked about it so much. It's beautiful, kind of goldeny peach highlighter. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I got an email. I don't think it's a secret. I'm really sorry if it is, but because we've all been raving about it so much, I think Becca have been convinced to bring it to the UK. So I don't know when, I have no idea, but I think Champagne Pop is going to come to the UK, which is very exciting. Maybe it'll be in Space NK because there's a Becca there. I don't know, this is all kind of guessing, but it's such a beautiful highlighter. Just watch me apply it. So I put like a little bit on my brush now, and I just put it to the tops of my cheekbones. Oh, it's amazing. I've been wearing this every day because I think it just gives you such glowy, beautiful skin. It's so pretty, I'm a bit addicted to it. Okay, now for my eyes, I've been going for kind of corky, matte brown, Mary-Kate Olsen type of brown smoky eye. So it kind of sounds like it's a lot of work, but it's not really. It's kind of one shade, no eyeliner. I'll show you what I mean. I've been using MAC Groundwork quite a lot, which is a cream eyeshadow, and it's a really nice kind of light brown camely shade. So I start with my finger and I just pat that onto the lid. It works really nice as a base. Also, sorry that I'm using a studio light in this video because there's light behind me. You literally wouldn't be able to see me otherwise. I have nowhere left in this house to film because all my like cushions for my bed are at the flat. So I'm just putting that all over the lid as like a nice base. And I think I'm gonna put a little bit of that under the eye as well. It kind of helps, if you're gonna put on powder eyeshadow on top, it helps it all kind of stick as well. Okay, so now I've done the cream eyeshadow, I'm just gonna go on top of that with one eyeshadow color. I'm gonna take it from the Lorac Pro palette, which I've really enjoyed using this month. I did a whole first impressions video on this, so if you haven't seen that, I will put the video here. Yeah, I really like this palette. And I'm gonna take the shade Taupe, which is this one. So it's a slightly kind of cool, like cork coloured matte brown. Lucky I'm wearing my like Pilates leggings because they are covered in eyeshadow right now. I'm gonna take quite a lot of that on the brush and then just layer it on the lid. I love this kind of tone of brown. And I also think you could be really messy with this. Like it's not one of those like neat eyeshadow looks. I always think when you see like the Olsen twins with their kind of smoky eye, it's definitely not tidy. I'm just taking a slightly bigger brush and just blending out the edges. Okay, so that's the eyeshadow done. And what I'm going to do now is, instead of having eyeliner on top, I'm just going to use eyeliner in the tight line, which is like the waterline but on the top. And I'm going to use MAC Teddy, which is a really dark brown, because I feel like if I use black, it's going to make my eyes smaller. Brown would just kind of define the lash area. And I don't think I can do this with one hand. So I'm going to like lean down. I'm basically just going to lift up my eye and do that in a bit, and then I will come back to you. I would say that MAC Teddy probably isn't the best one to use. Unless mine's like dried out, it's quite hard. And I feel like you should really use a soft eyeliner when you're doing the inside of your eye. I don't know if Charlotte Tilbury has a dark brown, but her eyeliners are incredible. So I would definitely recommend one of those. Okay, for mascara, I'm going to use something a bit different. I got this a few weeks ago and I fell in love with it. It's from Clinique and it's one of their new Chubby Lash, which is just a new mascara for them. But this is in the shade Black Honey. Black Honey is like one of their colours that they have throughout all the different lines. They have eyeshadows, eyeliners, etc. And it's like a dark kind of plummy aubergine, which is really different for a mascara, but it just makes sense. I feel like brown can be a bit boring. Black can sometimes be too heavy for the daytime, and this is like somewhere in between. It's like a reddy brown, and I think it's beautiful. So I'm going to go apply this because I think it will go really nicely with the eyeshadow. The mascara itself, I like it. It's not as good as the Extreme Volume, the one that's like silver with the green. That's my favourite Clinique mascara. But I do think this is good. It's definitely like good enough to use. And it makes your lashes like kind of purple. I think it's really interesting. It's a really like different colour for mascara. So that's what the mascara looks like. Now I feel like I can leave the skin like that, but I'm just going to add a tiny touch of Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge in Powder Pink. So this is their Pot Rouge, which is like a cream blusher that you can use for your lips or eyes or whatever you like, really. I'm just going to take a tiny bit on my finger and just like tap it on the apples of my cheeks just for a tiny flush of colour. These are so good. My like mum and all her friends swear by this product. Okay, and then finally for lips, I'm going to use a lip liner from Gosh, which is a drugstore brand here in the UK, and this is 001 Nougat. I don't eat it, so I don't know how to say it. Nougat Crisp? Nugget Crisp? You guys will have to correct me on that one, but it's basically a nude pink kind of matte lip liner. I'm just going to line the lips. Can't really talk while I do it. It's very similar to my own lip colour. You can kind of reshape your lips slightly if you need to. And then I'm going to take a clean finger and just kind of rub it in so it's more natural. And it is quite matte, so if you want to put a clear lip balm on top, you can. But that's the makeup done. So that's what I've been wearing when I have been wearing makeup, which hasn't been that often. But if I go out in the evening, just like a cork, matte, brown, smoky eye, neutral lips. Sometimes I just put on MAC Patisserie or I just leave my lips bare. And I've been obsessed with this highlighter. It's so, so pretty. And I hope you guys found this kind of interesting. Sorry, it was definitely a boring one. There will be more interesting next month, I swear. And I think I've kind of semi-run out of video ideas at the moment. There was a time where I had loads of videos scheduled, and now I'm just not really sure because I'm so like up in the air. So if you guys have any specific videos that you'd like me to film, please let me know and I will get those done somehow. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a really good weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday for another vlog where I think we'll just be painting the flat. So that should be interesting, maybe. See you guys then. Bye.